What is up? What is going on? Dave at SVA Baseball Card Collectors. If you are a first-time listener, welcome. If not, you know the deal. This podcast is basically for people who are getting back into the hobby after they've been gone for quite some time, like myself. I got back probably around last October, and what a wonky world. So anyway, I was on Twitter, and I actually was turned on to About the Cards podcast, and they do a weekly podcast, which I really like. I've been checking out the past ones, and give out a lot of good information. They typically have like an interview in the beginning, and then the two guys or three guys spew, what's going on in the hobby, what they like, what they don't like, things like that. It was pretty interesting. And they actually turned me on to this guy, Brent Williams. They turned me on to this guy. I gotta, no homo. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. But these guys, there was a person named Brent Williams who, according to them, is very respected in the card world. I don't know anything about him. But I looked him up on Twitter, and I started chatting with him. I, made little comments just to see what's up, and he seemed like a very nice guy. And I was reading his past emails because they were talking about, again, the whole controversy with PSA and grading, and it was his tweets about how they said if you guarantee us a certain amount of cards each month, we guarantee you gem mint cards. A certain amount of gem mint cards. Which he said, how can they guarantee anything to me? It's based upon what type of cards I give them. And he made a good point. Buy the card, not the grade. Now, I've heard that before. I thought I heard that before, but it seems more poignant and it seems more relevant now. And it was just, you can somewhat, when you look at a card, and actually the reason why I was thinking about this is I was researching about that term. And what I mean was, I was looking up, I just randomly picked 1965 Topps Sandy Koufax, and I said PSA 6. I just randomly picked it. And I was trying to look through and seeing the solds and the value of the card, and if I can determine based off of if it's off-centered or if it just doesn't pass the eye candy. And you could somewhat tell. And then I got into, of course I go into tangents, and I noticed a guy selling a 61 and a 65, and I realized that the 65 was going for more money in a PSA 6 than a 61 in a PSA 6. And that got me into the PSA population. And there was 800 PSA 6s for 1961, and there was only around 500 for the 1965 Topps. So you could tell the lower the pop, the more money it's going to be, even though it's 4 years prior. You would think it's going to be, the closer you are to his rookie card, and the older the card, the more value it's going to have. But in vintage, there's two. There's three: popularity, age, and the pop report. I think are very important. But also now, with all this stuff, is eye candy. Now, I recently bought a Mickey Mantle, 1968 Topps Mickey Mantle in a SGC 340. I don't know. They have two grades. I think they changed that up now. But it was an older graded card. Just like I did when I posted the card, everyone said, wow, that looks amazing. That's a really sharp looking card. I can't believe the grade. And once you get up and close, you can sort of see, the corner on the left it's a little fugazi, as they say. It's a little fugazi. The card, she's a no good, all right? So you check at the back, and she's a no good. She's a little weak. But looking at the card, you're looking at it, it passes the eye candy. It's centered correctly. It looks nice. The surface is nice. It just looks like a nice card. You can I can almost guarantee you could tell. Not a trimmed card, but a fugazi card. A card that doesn't look right. And people will pay more money based off of that. And it's just using your eyes. And right away, looking through the 1965 Topps Sandy Koufax PSA 6, I immediately knew, obviously the prices came across, but I knew right away this card's going to be worth more. And they were worth a decent amount more. And then I checked to see, hey, is it from a consigner or is it just a regular guy? And it was just a regular guy. Regular guy. The guy had like 20,000 sales, but it wasn't one of those consigners. And I think it's a really important thing to do. Don't just go, well, it's a PSA 6, I just got it. Like a lot of times in Facebook groups, you go and you see and these guys is trying to sell 5s, PSA 5, 6, 7, back in the day. And they look exactly, and they go, oh, that goes for X amount of dollars, and people go crazy, and they mostly line these cards, and lining means it's a gamble. So just say the card's worth $1,000, or we'll do the math easier for me. It's for me, not for you guys. $100. They say, all right, $10, 10 lines, 10 chances to win. So 10 people throw $10. They put it in a randomizer on the internet, and then it spits out a guy, and they win the card for $10. The other guys get nothing, not a zip. It's gambling. So, but you look at the card, it looks all right. It's a little off-centered. It's like I have a Mickey Mantle. That's basically what you're saying. I got it. I'm very happy I got this Mickey Mantle. Don't look that great. It looks nice. It's a Mickey Mantle, so everyone's like, what is a Mickey Mantle? But it doesn't pass that eye candy. And I see that all the time in Facebook Marketplace. And sometimes you have cards that just go, boom, that just looks beautiful. But more often than not, the cards that are getting in line, the cards that are being sold ungraded, there's just something up with them. So it's really important that, when you do find cards that you can buy raw, and they look good and they pass that eye candy, save that seller. I'm actually going to go back because I do not practice what I preach. I spew a lot of nonsense, and for the most part, I think I know what I'm talking about. And that is one of the things, because you always see they look a little off-center, like the Bauman Chromes. You can see they're just a little off-center, just something just a little bit off, and that's why they're selling it raw instead of grading it. But every once in a while, you have a guy who goes, I don't want to deal with grading this. I don't want to deal with sending it to Beckett, and based on their whims, my card is going to be worth X or Y, maybe even Z. So I'm just going to sell it. I want to get my money now. I don't want to wait a month or a couple of weeks or whatever. So save those guys. Go back. I actually did do that one time. I bought 10 Ronald Acuna Jr. Topps Heritage. And you could tell those cards really sometimes could be off-center. And out of 10, I would say 9 of them were gradable. I think I got 8 because there's one that was there was another one that just, for whatever reason, I just didn't like it. I haven't gotten the cards back, but I know I have 110 so far. I graded in spurts because I just didn't have the money, or I just didn't want to spend all that money on it. And I went right away and looked to see what other cards this guy had, and he wasn't selling anything else. It was like that was it, and I got all annoyed. And I think I spent $3 each card. I think it was like 30 all in. So it was a good deal for me, because then I spend $9 or $14. I don't know if I did the 30 today. I don't think so. I think I spent just the $9 to get them in like a year, like 3 months. And it's a good deal. So buy the card, not the grade. I think it's really That's where you need to go. All right, you got it. All right, I'm good. So Topps Series 2 is coming out soon. Also, I asked that guy, Brent Williams. He seems to be a knowledgeable guy, posting a lot. And I said, why even have Topps Series 2? Just do an update. And he basically said, you need it. You're missing all these cards from the Series 1. You don't have enough of these guys. You know, and that's the way it's always been. You had Series 1 and Series 2 set, and then you have your traded and or update set. Couldn't you just give it to us all at once like Netflix? Just go, here's the Topps. Here are all the cards. Boom. I guess people like to collect the inserts. I'm not a big fan of base and insert cards. I'm just not. I like the autographs. I really could care less about the relics. Unless they're game used, then I'm fine with that. I hate the man-made stuff. I don't like that. That makes me not happy. It makes me sad. So I'm sure I'm going to be buying a blaster or two. I don't know. I like to do the jumbos. I don't like doing a relic or an autograph because 9 times out of 10 I'm getting the relic. We all know that. Don't trick me, Topps. I know what you do. And whatever box I'm going to select out of all of them, I know whichever one that I select, it's going to be the wrong one. So, I only go jumbo. Jumbo, baby! And on a sad note, I was watching the Warriors and Raptors game, and for anyone who was stupid enough, I was not in this camp, to think that the Warriors were better without KD, you're nuts. And you saw it right off the bat in the first quarter. This guy's been out for a while. He had a calf injury, and he was bringing it. And Raptors were in trouble. If he stayed in that game, they would have blown him out. They were in trouble. They did not know how to handle him. They didn't have an answer for him. And they all were starting to hit their threes. Once he came out, it was a different ball game. And the Raptors blew that game. They came back. Kawhi was money. He hit huge shots and they just gave it away. No one else stepped up at the end for the Raptors. And they've been playing as a team so well, and then at the end they just fizzled. And they hit 3 threes, and that was it. They called it a day. But now KD, from all indications, looks like he blew out his Achilles. So that means he's probably going to be gone for next year, which of course he would, because he was supposedly going to go to the Knicks. I could have told you something was going to happen. I could have told you that because I don't know who hates the Knicks. The basketball gods hate the Knicks. So I'm not happy twofold, because I wanted to see KD come back and just shut people up, because I do think he's just as good. I think he's a better scorer than LeBron. Defensively, I don't think he is, but he's damn good. I think he's up there. I think he's one of the greatest players. I mean, it's what that guy can do. But it just sucks. It just sucks. But hopefully, I like to see a Game 7. I like it to go. Take it to the distance. All right, SVA baseball card collectors. I'm at my job, so I'm out of here. SVA baseball cards on Facebook. SVA BB collectors on Instagram, also on Twitter, and SVAcardcollectors.com. Check out my latest article. I go into how I determine a prospect that I want to invest in on Fangraphs. So if you're interested in that, I just posted that. So there's my second article. And I also have my interview up there as well that I did on Sunday night. And that's pretty much, guys. You know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke, people. Later.